lesson is inspired by a unique textile art called Mola, developed by the native Guna women of Panama. Ornate designs are created by stacking and sewing multicolored, patterned, and solid sheets of fabric together, then cutting through the layers to reveal the colors below, creating an overall image. I highly recommend looking up the beautiful textiles as well as the culture of the Guna when doing this project. Begin by sketching an image on paper. Large shapes with a recognizable silhouette work best. Trace the main image in Sharpie if needed for clarity, and then cut it out. This will be used as a template. Place the cutout on a piece of felt and trace with a soft chalk. Doesn't need to be perfect. And the chalk line can be rubbed right out. To cut the felt, carefully fold it over, lining up a line from the image on both sides. Cut a notch, just large enough to fit your scissors through, and carefully cut around the outline. If the piece is carefully cut out as a whole shape, it can then be used in a second mirror image style art piece. Even messy and small pieces can be utilized later on in the project, so don't forget to save your scraps. Now, place what will be the middle layer below the already cut felt. Trace the inside of the image approximately 3/4 to an inch in. We want this color to show through, so the shape needs to be cut smaller than the original. Cut this piece in the same way. The third and final layer will be left uncut to serve as the solid color showing behind the cut layers. Additional embellishments can be cut around the main image to help frame and ground the focal point of the piece. Do this in the same way, cut a notch, and then cut whatever shape you need. Play with color and depth by cutting different shapes through to different layers, like so. With the first layer on top, fold and cut through while holding both layers. Be sure your corners stay even. This can be a little bit tricky, but it can always be cleaned up. In this case, it's always better to cut more because it will be hidden behind the top piece of felt. Pull the layers back and use hot glue to attach each layer. Apply the glue to the outside edges as well as the inside edge of the main image, and carefully place back down in place. Do this for the first layer, making sure all sides are pressed down. Additional pieces can be cut and added to any layer of the image. This is why we saved all those scraps earlier. Pieces can be cut to fill in the main open middle shape with details or patterns, and it really brings the whole composition together. Another thing that really brings the composition together is adding an outline. I have Blick acrylic paint in these little detail bottles from Mako. I can use this to outline around the cuts of the felt. I can also add patterns and design to literally anywhere. And this is really going to finish off the piece. Now, to display, you could add a felt border or frame. To do this, simply cut strips of felt approximately 2 inches wide and attach with hot glue, starting at the top and folding over to the back side. Do that all the way around the image, or you could use a dowel rod to hang the piece. Attach the felt in a very similar way, but this time leave more of a gap between the piece and the felt. So it looks like that, like a little train tunnel. And that way you can slide the doll right through. For a full lesson plan PDF with step-by-step instructions, process photos, and national standards, visit dickblick.com lesson plans. While you're there, take a look around. You're sure to find more artistic inspiration from our hundreds of free lesson plans.